Everything you can touch, feel, or even imagine is nothing more than energy, vibrating, shifting, and dancing at countless frequencies. The walls around you, the air that moves through the room, your heartbeat, your thoughts, each is a unique rhythm of vibration, organized by patterns the eye can't see, but the universe never forgets. Most people move through life believing this energy exists outside of them. But the truth is far more intimate. That current runs through you. You are not a spectator standing at the edge of creation. You are a transmitter, a living instrument that sends signals into the quantum fabric of reality. Every second, whether you notice or not, you are shaping existence through the frequency you emit. Yet from the moment we're born, we're trained to look outward, fix the problem, chase the goal, rearrange the visible. The world rewards motion, not alignment. But quantum science whispers a quieter truth, that the real transformation begins in the invisible. The unseen vibration of your being is where power actually lives. You weren't made to chase outcomes. You were made to broadcast such a precise energetic signature that the universe can only respond in kind. That signature is your vibration. So what is vibration really? It's not just a poetic phrase or some mystical idea. It's measurable, tangible, and real. At the deepest layer of existence, everything is energy in motion. Einstein saw it. Planck proved it. Tesla felt it. Energy isn't something that sits out there waiting for you to control it. It's something you are. This is the great shift, from trying to manipulate reality to realizing that you are the frequency reality mirrors back. You don't force your life to change through willpower or hustle. You shift it through vibrational coherence, through the energy you embody every moment. You don't need to build a new life. You need to tune to the one that already exists in the field, waiting for the version of you that can finally receive it. That's what separates quantum manifestation from the old idea of attraction. You're not pulling anything toward you. You're tuning into the reality already vibrating at the frequency you carry. And here's where most people get stuck. They try to raise their vibration by doing more meditation, more affirmations, more rituals. But vibration doesn't respond to quantity. It responds to authenticity. It's not about how long you meditate, it's about who you are when you do. It's the energy behind your thoughts, not the number of them. Your true vibration is shaped by what you feel when no one's watching, by what you believe when the mind finally goes quiet, and by what you embody when you stop performing for the world. When this finally clicks, when you realize that vibration isn't what you think, but what you are, everything begins to shift. The confusion, the delays, the feeling of being stuck, they start to make sense, because the outer world has no choice but to match the signal you're broadcasting deep beneath awareness. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you're willing to become. The universe isn't waiting for the right words to come out of your mouth. It's waiting for the right frequency to rise from your being. That frequency is shaped not by what you say, but by your state of being, the emotional and energetic baseline running beneath your thoughts. You can do everything right on paper. You can visualize, affirm, meditate, and still feel misaligned. Why? Because if your actions are fueled by fear, scarcity, or the need to prove yourself, then that's the signal you're sending. The field is always listening, but not to your voice. It listens to your nervous system, to your emotional rhythm, to your energetic truth. This isn't about perfection. It's about coherence, the inner harmony between your thoughts, emotions, and intentions. When they line up, something extraordinary happens. Your field becomes magnetic. Reality bends. Doors open effortlessly. Synchronicities appear as if from nowhere. And what once seemed impossible starts to feel inevitable. Not because you forced it, but because you finally came into range. This is your invitation to shift focus from what you want to who you must become to receive it. To stop transmitting fear, to stop rehearsing the story of lack, to stop aligning with timelines that belong to your smaller self, because the version of you who already lives your dream life isn't out there. It's a frequency already encoded within you, and the moment you remember this, not just in your mind but in your body, the shift begins. The vibration changes. The field starts responding, not because you demanded it, but because you remembered what you've always been, a conscious frequency within a responsive universe. Everything you've been seeking is already within your field, waiting for coherence. The universe doesn't need your effort. It needs your alignment. It speaks one language only: vibration. Not English, not affirmations, not your best motivational quotes, but resonance, the silent dialogue between your emotion and the quantum field. Most people never learn this language. They speak to the universe with words while broadcasting fear. They affirm abundance while vibrating scarcity. They demand alignment while living in resistance. But the universe doesn't respond to what you say, it responds to what you emit. Let's go deeper. In quantum physics, everything is energy, but it's not random. It arranges itself in patterns responding to frequency. Your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs all carry electromagnetic signatures. They form a personal field, a sphere of influence around your body that constantly interacts with the greater quantum field surrounding everything. You're not separate from it. You're immersed in it, swimming in an ocean of potential. Every thought and feeling sends out a signal, and that signal either draws your desired reality closer or quietly pushes it away. Think of it like a radio. If you want to hear a certain station, you don't chase it down. You tune in. You become a match for its frequency. That's how manifestation works. When your vibration harmonizes with love, abundance, health, or peace, those realities become available. Not because they suddenly appeared, but because you finally opened the channel to receive them. That's why two people can say the same affirmations, follow the same steps, and still get opposite results. One speaks from lack, the other vibrates truth. The field doesn't read your mouth, it reads your coherence. The famous double-slit experiment in quantum physics shattered the way we see reality. It proved that light and even matter doesn't behave like a solid thing until it's observed. In other words, the act of awareness itself changes the outcome. Let that sink in for a moment. Reality doesn't exist in one fixed form. It exists as potential, a wave of infinite possibilities, until consciousness gives it direction. That means you are not walking through a pre-written story. You're co-writing the script with the universe, every single second, through your focus and your vibration. Every thought, every emotion, every belief is a vote, deciding which version of reality collapses into form. When you're constantly focused on what's missing, you keep collapsing realities that reinforce that lack. When you vibrate gratitude, faith, and presence, you collapse realities that reflect abundance and flow. That's not philosophy, that's physics. But here's the twist. You can't fool the field. If your words say "I trust," but your nervous system is vibrating fear, the universe listens to your vibration, not your vocabulary, because coherence is truth. And the field only mirrors what's authentic. Every time you fake peace, pretend happiness, or affirm abundance from a place of emptiness, the field reads it as noise, an incoherent signal. That's why it feels like nothing's happening when you do everything right. You're saying one thing, but vibrating another. You can't broadcast harmony while tuned to dissonance. You can't align with abundance while anchored in fear. You can't manifest clarity while living in doubt. The quantum field is the most honest mirror you'll ever face. It doesn't judge. It doesn't punish. It simply reflects. It gives you back the energy you send out. No exceptions, no shortcuts, no confusion. That's the real law of vibration. The field can only mirror what is consistent. Consistency isn't about how many times you repeat a ritual or how long you meditate each morning. Consistency is energetic. It's the emotional stability of your vibration. It's how often you return to your truth, even when life shakes you. Anyone can feel aligned when things are easy. But coherence, real vibrational mastery, means holding your inner frequency steady through the chaos. Because every time you fall back into fear, doubt, or impatience, you're not being punished. You're simply sending a different signal. And the field responds faithfully to that new broadcast. This is why so many people feel stuck between progress and collapse. One day aligned, the next disconnected. They mistake emotional highs for energetic stability, but the universe isn't responding to your highs and lows. It responds to your average vibration, the dominant emotional frequency you live in most of the time. That's why the real work isn't in trying harder, it's in becoming steadier. You don't need to force belief. You need to practice returning to your authentic state, over and over, until it becomes natural. Because every time you choose alignment over reaction, presence over panic, gratitude over fear, you strengthen your field. You become the calm in the storm instead of the storm itself. You start to notice that synchronicities appear more easily. People show up with the right timing. Opportunities unfold without the old resistance. It's not magic, it's resonance. The more consistent your vibration, the clearer the signal you send into the field. And when that signal stays pure, the universe has no choice but to reflect it back. That's the secret behind effortless manifestation. It's not about forcing reality to change. It's about holding the frequency long enough for reality to catch up. When your energy stops fluctuating between fear and faith, between lack and gratitude, you create a steady vibration that the universe can trust. And when the universe can trust your signal, manifestation stops being a technique and becomes a natural expression of who you are. You're not learning how to manifest. You're remembering, because deep down your soul already knows how energy moves. It's not a new skill, it's ancient memory. As children, we lived it effortlessly. We believed without question. We imagined without limitation. We created without fear of how, and then the world taught us to forget, to rely only on what we can see, measure, and control, to worship logic and silence intuition, to chase instead of attract. But here's the truth. You were never meant to learn creation. You were born as creation itself. Everything you desire, peace, purpose, love, abundance, it's not separate from you. It's encoded within your energetic blueprint, waiting for you to remember the frequency that unlocks it. This is why awakening feels like coming home. You're not becoming something new. You're shedding everything that made you forget who you are. And when you do, when you release resistance, when you quiet the noise, when you return to coherence, the universe starts moving in rhythm with you. It's not responding out of obligation. It's responding out of recognition. It recognizes your vibration. It recognizes truth. Because the quantum field is not distant or impersonal. It's alive, intelligent, and deeply responsive. It mirrors your energy not because it judges, but because it remembers you. That's why true manifestation doesn't feel like getting something. It feels like aligning with what has always been yours. No forcing, no chasing, just remembering. You are not a student of the universe, you are its expression. Every cell, every thought, every emotion is part of a vast symphony of creation. And when you finally stop fighting the rhythm, you begin to dance again, to move with the energy that has always moved through you. You are not learning the mechanics of manifestation. You are remembering the language of energy, the oldest language in existence, spoken not in words, but in vibration. Pause for a moment. Breathe. Feel the quiet between your thoughts. That silence you just touched is not emptiness. It's the source, the place where all creation begins. Every vibration, every frequency, every dream, it all rises from this stillness inside you. You've never been separate from the universe. You've simply been translating its language through fear, through doubt, through the noise of the world. But beneath that noise, your true frequency has never stopped singing. You are the observer and the observed, the creator and the creation, the signal and the receiver. And when you finally remember that, the chase ends. The struggle softens. Life begins to flow again, because manifestation isn't about reaching for something distant. It's about resonating with what was always near. It's about realizing that the universe has never stopped listening. It was only waiting for you to speak in your native tongue, energy. So stop trying to force the future. Tune your vibration instead. Align, trust, breathe, and let your frequency do the work, because the universe isn't testing you, it's echoing you. And when you finally vibrate as the person you were born to be, life will rise to meet you in ways your mind could never imagine. This is the remembrance. This is your return, and this is where creation begins.